What's up guys? In this video we're going to talk all about sequential lighting specifically for taillights. So that's coming up. My name is Chris from FlyRyde.com. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to learn all about custom lighting, like what parts to use, how to install them, and why you should use those parts, start now by subscribing to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any uploads. One of the biggest questions I get asked is all about sequential lighting. Like, what is sequential? What kind of product should I use if I want to do sequential? And let me just start off by diving right in. Sequential lighting is when you've got a whole line of LEDs and they're going to fire individually, starting at the beginning, and then they're going to go in sequence through that strip or through the group of LEDs or whatever it might be. So if you look at these turn signals right here on this Evo, they are not sequential, but if we walk up to the front, we'll check out the headlights and those do have sequential. And then I'm going to open up a box here. It's got something special just for you because you've been asking for it. One of the coolest things about LED sequential is that you have this like instant on, instant off feature of the bulbs or whatever it might be. So if you can control those things and make them turn on in the right sequence, it gives a really cool look. But even without being sequential, look how awesome it is to have the mirror, the little side marker there, and the taillights. They have the FlyRyde LED bulbs in here and they're all flashing at the exact same time. What you're used to seeing is a bulb that kind of fades on and fades off, and it doesn't match in with this. So the ability to change your turn signals to something way cooler like LED, or even better yet, LED sequential, is something that's only been available for the last few years. So I was on Amazon the other day, and I'm gonna put the link to these things below. I saw something that I'd never seen before. It was a red LED strip that also turns sequential amber, and it moves in the pattern of however you lay it on the taillights, or I don't know, you could put these things anywhere. So I want to show you what's in this box. It tripped me out when I opened it up, but what I saw was no module, nothing that would give this thing any kind of a brain. And I don't know how long these are gonna last. I have no idea what the quality is gonna be like, but they look like they're made to mount on the exterior of a light. And all that it is a silicone strip that has side emitting LEDs, and somehow there's little timer chips or something in there that make this thing light up sequentially in the pattern. So I've got one set up on the bench over there. I wanna show it to you because this is a $20 pair of parts. I've never seen anything like that. The headlights on this Evo are pretty expensive. They're from a company called VLand. They look great, I love them, but they're not super cheap. And if you want to go custom, it's even going to be more expensive than that. So I'll show you a couple examples of different custom options, as well as this super cheap Amazon strip, which you might want to use if you don't have the budget for something better. Underneath this silicone, you've got these red LEDs that are lighting up, and they look pretty good. I mean, they're not the brightest things in the world. You might not be able to see them very well in the daytime, so I certainly wouldn't rely on them for like breaks. But if you add this to your existing lights and you have some LED bulbs, it actually looks pretty cool. I set them up to my flasher relay, which I've made a video about in the past, so I'm gonna go ahead and link that up. But when I give this thing power, it's gonna do the sequential animation, which is pretty cool, and it's switchback. So as soon as I give a turn signal, it's gonna swap from red to amber, and then it'll switch back to red after. I actually think that's a really cool, interesting way to spend 20 bucks on Amazon. Like, I don't know, you could try it. And if you don't like it, or if it fails pretty quick, like, it doesn't really matter. Maybe you get a cool shot for Instagram. Maybe you have a product that's gonna last for a really long time. I don't know, but I wanted to share it with you just so that you know that it exists. And I'm gonna show you a couple different examples of other sequential things and give you an idea on the price point that you would normally expect if you're not just gonna buy something that you take it out of a box from Amazon and then it just works like magic. I don't know. Let's talk about the Corso Motion sequencer now. So a buddy of mine named Jin has a company called Corso Motion. It's really cool that he's pushing the boundaries of the products that are available, that are affordable, that can get in the hands of custom builders, DIY guys at home, which very well may be you, right? So this is the PCB that you mount the LED to, and then you can solder them up on the back so that you can bridge everything together, hook them up to the Corso Motion sequencer, and they actually look really cool. Go ahead and check it out here. So this is gonna do an animated red. So as you can tell, compared to the amber LEDs, you've got this completely different look. Now, I will say in Europe, you couldn't do this because you can't have your turn signals be the color red. They have to be amber like this universal strip has. The difference is with these is they're all soldered together and they're custom. So you could have this same exact set of LEDs hooked up with a more expensive sequencer, like this crazy little dude from Ghozt lighting. This is gonna be your most expensive option, and it's what I use on things like the GTR tail lights or the headlights or anything that's gonna be really high end that I wanna give bonus modes to. But I will say, this being the premium product, this being the middle ground, and this bottom of the barrel, these two are pretty cool options, I gotta say. I don't think that there's anything super cheesy or weak about them. Most of the products that were off the shelf for a lot of years were just bad quality. And I don't know, man, they're stepping up their game, because for 20 bucks, I really don't think you can beat that. So here's the cool thing is, if we wanna buy something that just works and we don't have to do anything special, we don't have to do any programming, we could buy something from Amazon, or even those Corso Motion sequencers. They're pretty awesome, but I have something set up that's really special in here using the Ghozt modules. And I wanna explain why something like this is so cool. This is an animation that my buddy Vincent just sent me over the last couple days, and I was able to load it up to my sequencer. Now it's a custom animation that you can't really get any other way, but Vincent programmed this thing using the Ghozt sequence designer, and he's one of the guys that's in a bunch of my different groups. Sequential Squad, this is where all this stuff is talked about, is inside that private group. These guys are awesome. They're making me custom animation files, sending them over to me, and then we live stream while I zap the product and show them what their animation actually looks like. Super cool. So the nice upside to things like Ghozt, where you make your own program files, is you can also add a custom look for the brakes, a custom look for the running lights, a custom look for the show modes, and in this case, we have 2 show modes. So I'll show you those on these taillights as well. Again, there's no way you're gonna get anything like that with a $20 Amazon part, but it's pretty cool that you get what you get from, you know, a super cheap little strip like that. This is a file that Vincent made as well, and so it's going through all the different channels, and it's even controlling the reverse lights. So this is something that you would like push a button on a remote control key fob, and then things are just gonna all start animating. And this is not like for street use. This is just like completely showing off, push a button, and everybody starts freaking out like, why is that car doing all those awesome things? And here is a show mode I came up with the other day, and it's called stacking. It's basically these little LEDs are coming up and they're stacking until they get all the way to the end, and then they unstack. And these white LEDs are doing the same exact thing. It's just there's way more time needed to fill up the red bar. So this white bar is filling up 3 times in the amount of time that it takes the red bar to fill up. And that's all done using the same little group of animation code. So you can really nerd out. Like, you could spend unlimited time doing this stuff. And anytime that you come up with a cool new animation, or your buddy in the Netherlands does, or whatever, you could just update it and change the look of your custom lights on the car. Wanted to walk you through what sequential LEDs look like on tail lights, and we'll be doing a video all about headlight options as well coming up. Let me know what you thought. What reasons would you spend the extra money versus cheap out on the Amazon stuff? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like for me. It's gonna really help out the algorithm and pump these videos out to more people. Thanks.